what has changed in your view? How would your advice differ for a company considering an IPO in the later part of 2019 versus the earlier part of 2019?
Yeah, I think, Kelly, what's changed to some degree is that, and I think we're now starting to pay some of the price for that in what we're seeing in the market, is that fundamentally companies have held off. Over the past, even 4 or 5 years, companies have said, CEOs have said, I don't need to go public. I can wait. The markets will always be there for me. And I think what you've ended up having is valuations, get away from them. They have plenty of cash available to them. You don't have the discipline of the public markets, which is frankly what they tried to avoid, which is the quarterly call by the market as to how we're doing. And what you had was companies whose valuations got away together with, institutional investors, which years ago didn't play in that market, playing in that market, so are already kind of full of the stock. You come to market at a high valuation because the private rounds are high, and you get into a problem. Where I think where this might go fundamentally, and over maybe not in the short term, but over the medium term, is we may see actually a return to what I'll call more normalcy, where companies are coming to market when there are still catalysts for growth ahead of them. So I think right now the focus on the lack of profitability isn't really the point.
Right.
I think it's catalyst for growth.
I mean, Jay, this seems to be a side effect of a lot of the easy money that's around these days. We've got a lot of venture capital money needing to go someplace. They've gone into the private markets here with these companies private, and they funded these companies well beyond the normal age of a company that goes public. How do you think this resolves itself? Is there a reversion to the mean?
I agree with what you just said. I think what we've got is a sanity check going on right now. I think that's the buzzword du jour, where the valuations, especially in private markets, had gotten a little frothy. And they were based upon very optimistic assumptions. And now we're getting valuations based upon more realistic assumptions.
So, Alan, in terms of yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say one other point that I think feeds into that is, as these companies remain private longer, the quality and volume of information that those investors got as private companies when they made their next investment and moved up to higher rounds and higher valuations is not what they would get in the public market. So you've got a lot of money, pools of capital coming in based on information that is, we'll say, imperfect relative to the public market.
Just quickly, Alan, is the window closed for 2019 in your view?
Definitely not. I think companies are preparing to go now. There's plenty of them, and I think they'll give it a shot.